Prime Minister Albanese and President Marcos Jr. signed a joint declaration on strategic partnership. What does that mean in practice, and what sort of response do you think it will draw from Beijing?
Thank you for having me coming here from Canberra. I think the strategic partnership between the Philippines and Australia, there's only two words to describe them. There's a strategic convergence between Australia and the Philippines. And when I talk about strategic convergence, it means maritime security, freedoms of navigation. And I think we will see a closer Australians and Philippines cooperations in this area. We have seen Australian Army or Australian Defence Force personnel being involved in military exercises with the Philippines, and I foresee there will be a bit more agreements, and details are still being worked out, and we will see more joint exercises coming up. And we will see the Australians being involved to develop the capabilities of the Filipinos or the Philippines Armed Forces.
Rahman, this is JP Ong. Taking a step away for the time being from ASEAN, I want to look at it from the Australian point of view, because Australia seems to be getting more involved actually with issues in regards to the South China Sea. But it also comes at a time where we're starting to see relationships between Australia and China starting to thaw and normalize after years of being at a discord. We also know that Australia considers China as its biggest trading partner and biggest buyer for many of its key minerals. How constrained might Australia be with regards to how they respond to issues in the South China Sea, given the fact that there's a lot, economically speaking, at stake with regards to their trade relations with China, should they be seen as going up against China in this particular issue?
Yes, I agree with you that China is Australia's biggest, largest trading partner. But having said that, if you look at the current government, the Labour government, the substance is the same, except the form of it. There's less megaphone diplomacy. There's less harsh criticism on China, but of course, the Labour government continues with the AUKUS program. It has just recently announced a massive expansion of the Navy. And of course, Southeast Asian country, ASEAN, Philippines, for example, will be a critical partner to make sure that the maritime domain is secure. Let me put it this way. 99% of Australia's exports are moved through the sea. 78% of Australians' economy fuel needs comes from the sea or through the sea. So maritime security is quite critical for the economic prosperity and peace and stability for Australia. So I think Australia will balance it out and decide that, look, while we trade with China, we will also have to manage the potential threat